Hello, everyone, and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am doing something that's kind of not on my plan. So, what I'm doing today, well, let me just back up and tell you why it's not on my plan. Of course, I have my little calendar here with my plans for the week. And the next 4 things that I had planned for the next 4 days are not here. So, I don't know when they're going to be here. I don't know if they're going to be here. Some that's later in the week are going to be here. Yes, they're boxes. But I was hoping they would be here by now, but they're not. So, what I am doing, I'm just throwing my plan out the window, and I'm bringing this along. Guys, what this is a bag of scraps. Now, I have my iron over here, so I can press some of these scraps, and look at this. What this is fabrics that are left off of quilts when I trim them down. And what I'm going to do is cut them into 2 by 3.5 inch squares so I can do a potato chip quilt. I'm not going to start it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and start pressing fabrics and cutting it out. And someone asked me the other day that I needed to do a video about my paint thing. This is my paint thing, I guess. It is a Martelli roundabout. This enables me to press on my cutting mat. And I see my desk there is open. But it enables me to press and cut right here together. And I don't have to leave my desk or my table. So what I'm doing is just pressing this out. I'm going to be cutting this. I probably would do better if I... See, it's a long piece here. I thought I might have a AccuQuilt die that I could use. But maybe I need to look at that again to see if I have one. I don't know if I do or not. But that would be a perfect die to get for my AccuQuilt. I just stepped over to my dies, and nope, that one will take me 2.5 by 4.5. That's not what I need. So, but I have quite a good bit of fabric in this bag. So I am just going to fold this up and just kind of give it a quick press. And I know this isn't going to knock the creases out of everything, but it's a start. It will make it easier for me to cut it. Boy, that sure would have been nice if AccuQuilt was the right size, but it's not. And I'm okay with that because I don't mind pressing out and cutting myself. But guys, I actually was watching Shannon with Moody Girl Creates. She said, and let me show you what my bag looks like. It's just full of ends and pieces of scraps that I have here. Now that end is a little difficult. Now see, I have lots of. So what I'm going to do is just match my selvage here. And it don't matter if it's wrinkled or not because I can fix that. And I know I could cut a lot at one time. So let's see, we're doing a 2 by 3.5. So what I am going to do, now that I'm thinking about it, I can pull out my Stripology and cut me some 2-inch strips. But to do that, I will need to get my roundabout out of the way because it does take up a good bit of room. But to do this, I am going to go ahead and fold my fabrics over one more time. I'm going to get them as straight as I possibly can. And yeah, this is one of the things that stripology is good for. If you have big strips of fabric like this, after you trim down a quilt that's been quilted, my quilt shop, I do not request that they trim my quilt. They would if I asked them to, but I like to get these extra bits so I can use them for a scrap quilt or something. Now, I have the large stripology, so let's see if I can make room here for me to do this. And I know doing this, I will need to get my other rotary cutter. And I know people are going to be like, you have that Martelli. But for some reason, I don't really like it. I don't know. I just seem to have better control with my Alpha. So I'm going to scoot over here so I can get that first cut done. And when I have that done, I can line up. There we go. And we're doing this 2 by 3.5. I have to keep telling myself, guys, because I keep forgetting. 2 by 3.5. So how is everyone doing? Is your weather cooperating? Are you stranded? Are you stuck in your home because of the ice? Okay, since I'm doing this, I'm just going to go hold this straight up and down. Right now, we are at 31 degrees. I know that's not bad, because some of y'all got some cold weather. But for us, that is quite cold. Because you see, I've got a wool sweater on, y'all. But it is very cold to me. And I didn't have to, I thought, I'm going to wear this sweater and I'm going to have to take it off. I did not at all. I needed it today. It was so cold. For me, it was cold. But we had a lot of wind today, which was quite unusual. Okay, so I have several strips here. This is funny. Most of my quilt will be this Starberry by Corey Yoder. But I'm just doing these in 2-inch strips. Because I have seen some potato chip quilts that have beautiful designs in them. And I'm like, so it's not completely, it is scrappy, but it's not. Guys, one moment, I need to take this off. Guys, sorry about that. That was my daughter-in-law, and she called me 2 times in a row, and I get worried when they call 2 times in a row, because the first time they know they should know I'm recording, and if it's an emergency, they'll call back, and they know I'll quit recording. But I have a grandbaby and a child myself that's not well. My grandson has RSV, and my daughter has strep. But even though we have that bad news, we actually had some good news today, and that was my son accepted a job in the same parish that I live in. So he is going, him and his wife, his family, but he's going to be probably moving in with us or staying with his sister until he gets the money to put the deposits down on his house and everything. But they do have a house that they should be able to move into around the 15th of February, which means he may be with me and his sister because she lives close to where he will be working. But my daughter-in-law and my grandbaby will be staying still where they are right now, because they don't have to be out of that place until the end of January. And I'm sure that they will be packing the house. Granted, it is not their items that are in the house. Most of their stuff is in storage right now. But it is her mother's. And she will probably be helping package their house up, because her mother and her stepfather accepted a position in Arkansas and close to Little Rock. So that just means, but they were able to get a house close. I mean, actually, they're probably going to be less than a mile away from me, which will be great because I will have both of my grandbabies close by. So excited about that. Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm so excited about that. I need to win the lottery or something so I can stay at home and be a grandma and keep my grandbabies all the time. But then I wouldn't get any sewing done because I'd be keeping grandbabies all the time. So, but I was telling y'all, it is currently, well, I don't know what it is currently. When I looked at the weather before I came on here, it said it is currently 31 degrees with a real feel of like 25, I think. So we are below freezing right now. But we're good. We're wrapped up real good. Our pipes are wrapped. My husband blew out all of our outside hoses and lines, so we're good. I don't worry about us. I worry about my dad, because they can't really get out and maintain their lines like they need to. I hope he did though, because if he has a busted water line, it's gonna fall on us to help. And I worked all day, guys, so there's no way I could have gone and checked. And I think my husband worked too today, but I did not know this. My husband told me today. I guess he might have told me and I didn't think about it or forgot. He is in until the 17th. And I know a lot of y'all would be, oh, enjoy it. No. I've gotten so used to being here by myself that I feel guilty when I come in here and sew when he's here, even though I know he don't mind. But I'm so used to just doing my own thing. And this is how our whole marriage has been. And we've been married since 2008. In this whole time, I mean, within a week of us being married, he went on a shutdown and was gone for 2 months. But I mean, we dated for 3 years before we got married. So, I mean, I know how his job is. It's not like I married him blindly, not knowing that. But I mean, I feel like I neglect him when he's here because I'm so used to doing my own thing that I still kind of do my own thing. Today I actually came in and cooked. I don't normally cook. Normally I'll just make me a piece of toast or something. But then I eat lunch, and that's where all this comes from. I love food though, y'all. We are in Louisiana, and you just can't help but love the food here. Everything has rice or potatoes with it. And no matter how hard I try to stay keto, sometimes you just have to fall off the wagon. Because I have since before Thanksgiving. And I can tell that I've gotten a little puffy. I don't want to call it what it really is. I've gotten a little chunky. But you know, I wouldn't trade any of those meals and memories that were created with a lot of those meals. Got to have Christmas at my dad's house. We had Frito pies at my dad's house on Christmas Eve. And now I know that was my idea. Because chili is, you can make a big pot of chili really easy. Don't take very long. For me anyway, it don't. And actually, I have freeze dried some, and I may have to open a jar of that up tomorrow night, and us have some Frito pies. But tonight I came in and I had some of our cow thawed out. I had some beef thawed out. And so I just made spaghetti tonight. I've been kind of wanting spaghetti. And no, mine was not the kind that sit on the stove all day and simmer. No. Ragu helped me with mine. Now, I do doctor it up. I don't just eat it straight out the jar. I do doctor it up. When I cook my ground beef, I always saute some onions and some garlic and mushrooms. I put all the things in it. And no, I did not make homemade garlic bread, but I had garlic bread. I had your little garlic bread sticks you get, but well, hello, Oscar. He's actually ready to go to bed because it's 9 o'clock. What, sweetie? This is him telling me he's ready to go to bed. What, darling? So for those of you that are new here, this is my little kitty cat, my little Oscar. He's got a grumpy face. And he does. He never has a smile look on his face. He's always got a grump face. I'm surprised he didn't climb over. Oh, he just laid down on the floor over here. He's telling me it's bedtime. So I actually don't know how long I've had you guys on, because when my daughter-in-law called that second time, it covers up my timestamp. So I don't know how long I've been on there with you. But I have so many good things to tell you, though. I know I'm waiting on my Creative Notions box, my Open Gate quilt box. I'm waiting on 2 packages now from Green Fairy Quilts. I got a package today that went to Las Vegas. Then it went to New Mexico. Then it went to Dallas. Now this is from Utah. It made this trip. And then it made it to Shreveport. Then it made it here. But I think in the midst of that, it did a loop-de-loo and circled back somewhere. Because that package was sent on the 24th. And it's just now getting here. Now, I know there was the holidays. I understand that. And it got mixed up with the Christmas stuff. I completely understand that. But my goodness, I didn't expect it to go around the world. I mean, it's just the postal service. And I have friends that work in the postal service. So I know the distribution centers is what I think most of the problems are. Because I know our Shreveport distribution center, they must have idiot robots that work in that thing. Because there's no way a human can mess up that much that often. and still have a job. I don't know, I guess it is, but I would hope not. But anyway, so much going on today. And guys, I came in, what I was telling you, I cooked dinner for my husband, and I've been kind of wanting, I don't care if it's quick spaghetti or not. I don't care. Spaghetti, as long as it's got mushrooms, garlic, onions, and meat in the sauce, I'm good. But I think I may do the chili tomorrow night just to see what it's like. I have freeze dried some soups and stuff that turned out fabulous. But I noticed with the meat, it looked a lot different. And I was kind of cramming it down in the jars to get extra in there. So I might have crushed it a little too much. But with this cold weather, guys, please stay safe. Stay inside if you can. Unfortunately, I can't. And yeah, I'm going to tell you, I mentioned the other day on my channel about this sweet family out of Tennessee that has these two beautiful little babies. They're not little babies. They're a little older. Sean and Megan, they're the hillbillies. And for the past few days, they've had a video every day. And I'm going to tell you, I watch my sewing videos, but I have been just so happy to see them back on YouTube. I think they had gone more to like TikTok and X, and I don't do any of those. I mean, when it comes to all that stuff, I am a complete dummy. I'm just going to call it what it is. I don't know how to operate all that stuff. I mean, I'm sure I could figure it out, but I don't have time to worry about that. One platform keeps me busy. But I saw them on there, and those precious babies were getting to go sledding on a snowy hill. It was so precious. I was like, we don't have snow. Let me just say that. We have melted snow. We have rain all the time. Well, I'm not going to say all the time because sometimes we do have droughts. But we don't get a lot of snow. We may get snow once a year, maybe. And we may get 2 or 3 inches that stays there for less than 24 hours. I don't think I can recall. Well, I don't know. One winter we had a good bit. Now, in 2021, we had 2 spells of snow and ice. And that's the year I got so sick. Ended up in the hospital. But we had 2 spells of snow and ice. So I had to work 2 spells of snow and ice, which I don't mind working it. I'm not complaining about working, because the alternative is not working. And that's not an option for us. I mean, even though I could sew, I could probably make a living sewing because I do it so much. But I love everything I make, so it's hard for me to sell stuff. It was just, to me, so sweet that this couple, they are so present with their children. And I mean, to me, that's just such a joy to see. Now, I see that with my son and daughter-in-law. They are very present with my granddaughter. Now, my daughter, she works, and when she's home, she tries to be very present. But, she's trying, her husband works off, so she's trying to be mama, daddy, housekeeper, worker. She's trying to wear all the hats. Technically, it's like being a single mom, I'm sure. I was a single mom for years, and there is nothing easy about that. Oh, and Tammy, you see this fabric? You may get some of this. Because anything that won't cut down into a 2-inch strip for me, I'm going to send to you, girl. If it's got at least an inch, I'm going to send it to you. And you told me to do that, so I'm going to do it. I don't go back on my word. I got you a whole box over here already. I'm holding on to it because I think I may be able to upsize that box. Because what I'm doing right now is going through my scrap stash and trying to cut up some of my scraps to get it. Well, I want to get it out of that box. And I'm going to show you these. I don't know. These may, yeah, you can easily get an inch. I'll put these ends in there for you too so you can get some of that. Because those will do 1 inches. And I know you said as long as you can get an inch out of it, you'll take it. So you can get an inch out of those, and that's on every strip I've done. I have an end that size. I mean, they're actually 2 inches across. 2 inches across, and probably about 1.5 inches before you hit the selvage. But yes, I will have you lots of these in here for you. And I know y'all probably thinking I'm fixing to burn myself, but I promise I'm not, right there on my iron. And so far I've got me a nice little stack going here. And this is only 1 piece of fabric. And I have said I wanted to do a potato chip quilt. I'm not going to start it. I'm just cutting my fabrics, my scraps down to the 2 by 3.5, so I can do one whenever I get down to it. Or if I want to do some mindless sewing, as Shannon called it today, I may do that. Just put some pieces together. But yeah, I've been watching the weather today too. When I came home and I cooked and we ate, and I actually took a nap because I was up at 3:30 this morning. Lord, I don't know why. My alarm was set for 4:30. So I got up, got my shower, got to work. Still didn't finish everything I needed to do because the person that is normally my backup when I'm not there, he was temporarily, I'm not going to say promoted. He temporarily filled the position of a supervisor. And for some reason, when they did that, of course, they have to recode him so he has access to employees, work records. They uncoded him as a backup. So he wasn't able to input time at all for the 2 weeks I was gone. But y'all, that was only technically 2 days. 1 day. Because one of the days I was there half a day. And so we were closed Tuesday and Wednesday, and we're off on Fridays. So that would have left Monday and Thursday. Well, the first week, the week with Christmas, I was there the majority of the day. I'm going to say the majority because they did get to leave a little early. And they didn't leave but like an hour and a half after I did. But I was there that morning, so I was able to get time done that morning. And so that Thursday of that week, they just closed shop. Everybody took off that Thursday to close, to close everything up. And, oop, I got a piece here that's short. So being that they closed everything up, technically, I didn't miss but half a day. Really, that week of Christmas. The next week, I was there part of Monday, once again, doing time, trying to get time because we are trying to get people into the system so they can certify their time. And you know, when you go and change things like that, people push back. You know, trust me, I didn't request the change because it makes my job a lot harder. But Baton Rouge did, so we go with whatever Baton Rouge does. Because technically they're my boss. And I don't mind. I mean, it helps people be more aware of how things kind of function, you know. Because I have some people that think I sit there all day and don't do anything, which they don't see what I do. But they sure like it when they get a paycheck. And because of me, they get a paycheck. So technically, well, and Thursday, you know, I was there half day of that Monday. And then I wasn't there that Thursday. So technically, I missed one full day and in the 2-week time. But I still had to go in and do everyone's time. Oh, y'all, that's a big stack. I probably could have made different cuts. But look at that. This is the Coriander Starberry. This is what I used on the back of my Silverstone. Yeah, it was the Silverstone. But that's one piece of fabric. So I'm going to keep on. Let me grab my bag. Now, see, I have a big piece here of this, which I know this came off the back of another quilt. This is Bunny Hill Designs. I'm not going to use that. I can use that on my Sugarberry, my string quilt. So I'll just use this on my string quilt. Throw that over there out of the way. And see, I've got all kinds of batting and stuff in here. Got some more of that. That's got, I'm going to throw that away because it's got the batting sewn to it. There's some more Sugarberry right there. Boy, I got a lot of that, don't I? Oh, there's a piece I can cut up. I thought about doing that string quilt tonight, but I didn't. So here's some red. And I've been thinking about doing a red, white, and blue quilt. Also like a string quilt. But I've got all kinds of colors down in here. I mean, I've got little... These are from the Old Glory line. That would be good on a red, white, and blue string quilt. And I do have a bin for a red, white, and blue string quilt. So I may just put these in there with that. Now I have some pieces that are very tiny that are less than an inch. So we got some more blocks right here. Y'all, I'm telling you, I have so many. I didn't think about it. I have my Snuggly here too. That's a Christmas. I may save this and share this with someone. But I have like extra fabrics in here that came out of my stash. You know, like I have stash fabrics. And there's a... I know what I was doing with these fabrics. I was doing Creative Notions. Their little block of the months that they do. That's what a lot of these fabrics are. Is Creative Notions block of the months. That's what almost all of these are. Oh, and here's some more. I have some little blizzard. These are what was left over when I made, I think, Missouri Star Quilt Company. Both of these come out of their Jeannie's Countdown to Christmas in 2023. So, well, guys, I think I'm going to end this here. I've already got a stash out here I need to go through and look at, because I do need to get some of these fabrics to new homes, because I'm probably not going to use them. So, guys, thank you so much for coming along and just chit-chatting with me and blowing smoke or whatever we're doing and staying warm. So, guys, thank you once again. Give me a thumbs up if you have not yet. Please subscribe. Click on that notification bell and click all so you don't miss a thing that we have going on. I'm hoping some of my things that I had planned for this week come in, so you can get a video instead of me going through my stash here. I hope you have enjoyed this. Please be safe. Please stay warm. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Very warm and very safe. Until then, goodbye.